Hey, this is a review of the Mom on the Go planner for 2017. You can order one at intheleafytreetops.com. They are also the maker of the Mormon Mom planner, so this is a very Christian-based planner, which is great for our family. This is the cover. It's a great durable laminated cover on a really nice spiral bound system. And the inside, it is set up to be able to be used with a dry erase or a wet erase marker, like a nice little dashboard. You can even put your post-it notes and extra stickers in there. There's a very pretty opening page. Lots of wonderful quotes throughout the whole planner. You have a page for your year at a glance for 2017, one for 2018. Then you have a plan ahead section with little boxes of lined sections for each month of the year. You have a birthdays and anniversaries planning section. A small list for contacts, names and addresses, phone numbers. This will be great to be used for those hard to find phone numbers, like for your electric company or cell phone customer service company. Places like that it's hard to access their actual phone numbers. A few of my favorite things. Some people like to mark these out and put in other things that they want to keep track of, but this is also a good way to quickly, if someone asks something, what is your favorite movie, or I need an idea for a gift for you, you can kind of quickly have some options to give someone. There's quite a few lined pages throughout the book, which is nice. This is a way to track your reading of the different books of the Bible, which is great to start in the beginning of the year and try to work your way through the whole Bible in 1 year. Again, more really nice quotes on the dividers. The beginning of each month, you have this first page that kind of gives you these little blocks that you can use to take notes, or maybe write down a goal for the month, or track something, or just maybe write quotes you want to memorize for the month, or verses, or anything like that, really. And then you have your month at a glance, and they do have some holidays pre-marked for you. You'll have a whole little section on the side for notes. The next 2 months at a glance, which is great for planning out future things. And then you have your week, and each month has 2 pages for each week of the month. You have this little section, which I'm planning to use to mark maybe an event that week that I really want to remember or prepare for. 2 different checkmark boxes where you can list maybe a to-do or a grocery list. They have a habit tracker, so you could list things like if you take medication, or if you want to make sure you take your walk every day or drink your water. Then you can label the first section of boxes, morning, afternoon, night, your kids, your jobs, however you want it to use these boxes. Down here is a little section I thought would be good for menu planning, or maybe write down which exercises you wanted to do on each day, if you alternate, things like that. Other little remember this box, or maybe a note-taking box, things like that. And so there's one for each week in every month. Then at the end of the month, you have this little section where you can write down the things you'd like to read, or people you want to visit. You could also use some washi tape and mark this out and put something else. More little check boxes for maybe tracking, you could do things you stored in your pantry, or you could do recipes you want to try for that month, something like that. A monthly budget, which can be, great, especially starting out the beginning of the year. Everybody wants to try to get their budget in order for the beginning of each year, and you can you go by what they have, or you can fill in your own options. And then some more reminder type boxes. Is there someone special you want to pray for? you know, maybe you have somebody that you want to send letters to and you just don't always remember to do it. You can keep them written down and check off when you do it. Gifts that you need to give. This is also great for if you know there's an upcoming birthday or something like that, then you would have a way to remember that you need to purchase a gift. And so each month is laid out the same. And then certain months that have special things going on, they have special kinds of pages also. Each month will include this. It's a breakdown of the entire month. I'm planning to probably use mine for meal planning for the whole month so that I can plan out my meals. And then these extra boxes, I would probably correlate if there's special ingredients for a recipe, like for week 1 if I need sesame oil or something that I may not always have. I can make a short list and have that when I'm ready to make my shopping list. And then this is the special section for January because it's the beginning of the year. So you'll have a section for your new goals or resolutions that you want to make, a lovely quote. Maybe there's something you want to focus on for the year, a bucket list of things you or your family may want to accomplish in this new coming year. And this is a great way to track those and always have them with you. And then some more lined pages. And another quote and nice design. The tabs, the paper is a nice quality, has a nice reinforced tab so that you can easily flip without fear of having an issue. So we're going to skip ahead to April. Here is the Easter layout because it has all of the original pages that each month will have, but because Easter is in April, it will have this little section, items that you may want to do on Easter or during that month, special decorations, are there traditions in your family that you want to remember when or how to accomplish them, a miscellaneous box, maybe you have a Sunday school Easter party or something at your kid's school or whatever, you can keep track of that here, a nice little box, maybe there's a special verse you want to remember for Easter. Over here is for if you have an Easter dinner or Easter party, you can track the different foods you're going to have, a favorite recipe, do you make a certain kind of cookie or a ham, you can track that here. I thought this would be a good spot maybe to put a picture of your family or your kids in their Easter outfits. And then, again, like I said, each month is the same unless it has a special holiday. So then in June, to mark the beginning of summer, there's this section to reevaluate your summer schedule. If you have kids that are in public or private school, you'll need to make different arrangements over the summertime for them, maybe. We homeschool, so we might try to fit in special field trips or something like that that could only be done in the summer. And goals. Lots of times people will have separate goals for the summer. You know, clean out the garage, plant special trees, things like that. To-do list. Maybe your to-do list is going to change for the summer. And so here's a way to get that in order and have that readily available. And then in August, your special thing is back to school. And this really would work for public school or homeschool kids. You know, for public school, you could kind of have a quick glance at their schedule. You know, if you have a school that does certain days have certain subjects and other days have other subjects, or homeschoolers, you may have co-op, or you might have special days that you do library trips or something. Goals for the year. Do you have a student who wants to improve their grades, or as a parent, do you want to do better at packing lunches or something like that? You can track that here. Again, a to-do list to help get things in order. And then we have November has Thanksgiving. It's very similar to the Easter. So you have your to-dos, decorations, traditions, miscellaneous, a place for some form of a quote. This one is nice because here you have a section to write blessings. Are there certain things you want to be grateful for this year? Recipe. And then in December, because we have Christmas, it's a little different. Your first page, the same as the other holidays. A little bit bigger recipe section. Then you have Christmas gift planning. So you can plan for each person or maybe a certain family. You can write the gift. You can write how much it cost or how much you're budgeting. If you're buying it, making it, and then once it's wrapped. So you have a couple of pages for that. Stocking stuffers. This is one I'm excited about because I often forget. We have 5 children, and so some things are traditional that come in their stockings, and sometimes I'll forget whether I've purchased it or not, and of course I've hidden it somewhere, so this way I can have a list and I don't have to try to dig it out. Online shopping. This is great because in the rush of Christmas morning and the few days after that, if something is broken or doesn't fit, it's nice to know where you got it and what it was and how much in case you need to make a return. Same for this side. These are for your stores, whichever stores you shop at, the item you bought there, and then you can either check whether you bought it or however you would want to use the check mark box. Maybe you wrapped it or use a code, sweater. I could put an L for Lily or an O for Olivia or something like that so I know who it was for. And then you have your more Christmas gifts for like extended family. If you aunts and uncles, cousins, nieces, nephews, things like that. And then your parents. There's plenty of spaces for both sets of parents. The gift, how much money that you got it or wrapped it or however you want to use this. Your friends, your children's friends, your work folks or church folks. And then just more gift giving sections. We always have, your postman or your hairdresser or someone like that you want to keep a list of. Christmas cards. This is great to start early in the year. Someone has a birthday. Oh, I'd like to send you a birthday card. Can I have your address? You can write it in your book. So when it comes time for Christmas cards, you already have their address. And it's very simple to go ahead and just fill your cards out and get them in the mail. This is your year in review. This, I think, is going to be a lot of fun, especially with as many kids as we have. At the end of each month, I can go through and I can write something special for each kid that happened that month, or, an event they really enjoyed that I'm going to remember for next year to try to do again. Really, anything, you could track how much debt you've paid off that month, or if you're into fitness, have you lost weight or gained weight, if you're trying, or muscle, or however you want to do that. So I think this is a pretty neat little section for reviewing. And again, more lined pages, wonderful quotes. This tab is for home and family. And this was a big selling point for me for this planner. It's unlike most any other planner you've seen. And when you have a large family like we have, it's nice to have something like this to help keep track of certain things and be reminded of certain things. So this first page would be for your spouse's information, things that they might need, how much it would cost, something they want, about what it would cost. This would help with budgeting for things that are upcoming that they're going to need. Maybe they need special work clothes or shoes, or they want some kind of gadget that's coming out. You can track that here. You could write why you, today I thought this is the one reason that I love my husband or wife. This is a special talent they have. Things like that. Birthday plans. Are you planning a special dinner? Are there thoughts you have for a special gift? Some of their favorite things. Could be a recipe or something like that. Then this is great. What's their shoe size, their pant size? Things you might need to know if you're at a sale and you want to purchase something for them. Their medications or even allergies. That's another good thing to have. because if there's an emergency, you're not always able to think clearly, so you won't miss something. And then date plans. This is something that I'm hoping to use this year. Each month, if it's just one special date, write down what you would like to do, go to dinner, maybe go out on Valentine's Day, which is hard when you have kids. You get down, into the summer months, maybe go hike a special trail together, something like that. Could go in here, or you could even, for date plans, you could jot down, oh, we're going to have an at-home dinner, but what are you going to have? Anyways, things like that. Then for children, or even other people in your life that you're close to, it's very similar for them. There, I believe, are 6 pages of these. And so, same thing, their needs and their wants, different information about them, their sizes, favorite things, which is much larger for a child because they often change. So you may write down Barbie for your little girl here, and then 3 or 4 months, Barbie might change, and it might go over to lip gloss or, something like that. It's a great way to keep track of those things as you're out and about, and you might see something to purchase for a later gift. Or if someone asks you, what would your child like for their birthday, you have a little bit of an idea. So there are several pages for those, which again was great for our family because we are a larger family. Family ideals. This is something I think would be a lot of fun if you've never done before. A family mission statement, your family rules, traditions, and your family's goals. This is sometimes something that's overlooked in a lot of families is, do you have a spiritual goal for your whole family or an educational goal for the whole family, not just individuals? And sometimes that helps us to achieve our individual goals by working together on things. You have your working together section. So you could write down things like taking out the trash. Maybe Zachary's in charge of that. And then would he get a reward, or if there's a consequence if he doesn't do it? So this will be a great place to track that. Or even, maybe you have somebody who is bad about putting their dirty laundry away. Just write, putting up dirty laundry, and these 2 children or people, have issue with that. So that would be, you could tailor that to your family. And financial management, again, something that we all kind of look at in the beginning of the year, and this is a great section to help us continue it throughout the year. If you have one or multiple debts that you'd like to pay down or pay off, you could write them here, and each month maybe put what that current month's balance is or how much you have paid off that month. Lots of ways you could critique this to your particular family. A section for your donations and your financial reserve. So are you donating quite often to a charity or something like that? And how much do you have, a certain savings account you want to track separately to keep up with? And this, prepare every needful thing. This is something that I found pretty interesting, especially with all of the current survivalist shows and talks and folks, and this is a great idea to have. We should all have an emergency plan. This is a monthly budget section for, if you want to tuck money away to make purchases for your emergency plan or just to have emergency money. This will be a great place to say, this is about how much we would like to save. Water sources. This is great even if you're not really necessarily worried about a serious issue with this, but say your power goes out and you don't have access to fresh water for drinking or cooking or brushing your teeth, or, do you have a couple of gallons stored in the basement or in your car or something like that, just to track important information. Maybe you have a child with an allergy or something that you kind of need to know pretty quickly if there was an emergency. Documents. We should all have extra sets of birth certificates and things like that. Do you have an extra set of so-and-so's birth certificate? Where might you have put these items? And then if you do a 72-hour kit, which would be great for power outages or ice storms or something, what is in it, maybe keeping track that it's fresh and current for the upcoming year. Bulk foods, again, do you have things put away? So if you do have a long-term outage, you have things you can maybe cook on a grill, or things that only require hot water that can be boiled on a grill, soups and things like that. First aid, do you have a first aid kit? If you do, and you're like me and your kids get into it, and suddenly you need a Band-Aid, and there's no Band-Aids in the house, even though you bought them, you can constantly be kind of reevaluating that. Other things, you have a baby with diapers or formula that you maybe need to track short-term or long-term. Do you have a quote or something inspiring that you need to kind of remember in a bad time? And a house of order. With 5 children, we need a house of order. And hopefully this is going to get us a house of order, because I'm going to be filling this in, and we are going to try our very best to stick to the house of order list this year, and hopefully make our lives a little bit more orderly. And this would be great for any family too. 1 kid, no kids, 5 kids, doesn't matter. What do you need done on Mondays? We cloth diaper, and we try to stick to a kind of a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday schedule for that. Are there certain things that you really would like to have done on certain days? Maybe Fridays you want all the bathrooms to be fresh and clean in case of weekend company or something. You could schedule it all out sort of here. Weekly tasks. Do you wash your windows once a month? Or maybe you have a basement that you don't use a whole lot, but you like to go down and sweep or vacuum once a month. You could track those here. And obviously on the side you're going to have, it will continue on. You'll have your monthly and quarterly tasks, annual things, cleaning out your flower beds or something like that. Again, a spot for notes or, something to write here too when you're kind of feeling mundane about it. Oh yes, I remember, those sudden guests and you want your house to be in order. Things like that. This one, we don't typically do a annual vacation, but this will be great for maybe even planning if you have someone that visits you annually. Do you have grandparents that come? Where are they coming from? About when do they come? Do they come at Christmas or summer? What are things you want to do while they're in town or while you're away? Important information, is grandma allergic to peanuts, or grandpa doesn't eat corn, or anyway, things you can put there. Some more to-do items that you want to try to accomplish when they come or before they come. Special things they eat. Do certain people, do they really like your cornbread recipe or something? Then this side, is great for packing, but also, we have relatives that come from out of town, and if they fly, then we need things that they like. There are special hairsprays or things they can't take on the airplane. Family from Florida, we like to try to keep jackets around, because even when it's warm and sunny here where we live and they come to visit, sometimes they're still freezing because they're used to such warm temperatures. Chargers, do they have a certain type of phone? If you have the same thing, do you have extra chargers? Maybe to remember, if you're going on vacation, the beginning stress of it all is worth it. It's going to be fun. Or, ways to, convince grandma to stay and live with you or something. And thank you cards. We often receive small gifts from people. Could be something like a bag of used clothes for your kids, or a box of your favorite candy, or anything, a lunch out with a friend. It's always nice sometimes to get these cards, kind of old-fashioned, sent to thank you card. I think this would be something great to impose for the next year, especially with the kids, to show them, how to be grateful and send something tangible that you can hold in your hand as a thank you. This is kind of the back page, and then it has a little bit of their information. It was the Mormon Mom Planner, which, like I said, this is the Mom on the Go, so the Mormon things have been removed and replaced with like the books of the Bible, reading section, and things like that. There's the this two-sided pocket, and it seems like great quality, very thick, sturdy, pocket. I'm pretty excited to fill this up maybe with some stickers, bills, or maybe some little note sheets or something for when my kids get restless in church. It has this pocket. It's kind of like a Ziploc pocket. It's pretty big. I think it can fit quite a bit. Maybe a pen if you needed. Stickers, maybe parking passes, or, receipts, something like that you can stick in here. This back cover is very similar to the front cover, where you could write things out, maybe brainstorm on here and then be able to erase it. They also sell a little sticky that goes right here that has a pen tab on it. I did not buy that only because I have some small children I have to hide my pens from because they will eat them or, draw on things. The very back is just the design, their website in theleafytreetops.com. It's a very simple to navigate website, which is great. They have lots of cover options for the Mom on the Go planner. You can also look at the Mormon Mom planner. I did debate getting that, even though we are not Mormons, simply because it has a few features that I thought I could adapt to use for my life, based on our church and things like that. But in the end, I opted to go with this one and see how it works for this year, and then maybe next year try the other one. I hope you liked this review. If you did, let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you have questions or would like to see any of the pages more in depth. Please feel free to let me know, and I will create another video with some more in-depth, zoomed-in pictures of the pages. Thank you so much. Have a great day.